AC generator or dynamo. AC generator or dynamo is a device which produces alternating current energy from the mechanical energy. Now let us understand this definition. Here the word mechanical energy is being used. So how you are using mechanical energy? Basically the structure, if you see here, these are two magnetic poles N and S. Here A, B, C, D is a coil and which can be rotated freely about this axis. Now here there is a shaft which is being used to rotate this coil. Since we are rotating this coil manually or by any mean, in that case, so mechanical energy is being produced, and due to this rotation of the coil, current is produced, right? So that since mechanical energy is being used to produce the current energy, so this is known as AC generator. Now let us talk about the principle. Now what is the principle? The principle is basically it is based on electromagnetic induction, that is EMI. We have studied that whenever the magnetic flux linked with any coil changes, what is produced? An EMF is produced in the coil. An EMF is induced in the coil. So I would write it: whenever the magnetic flux linked with coil changes, it produces an EMF, induces an EMF. Okay, that is known as electromagnetic induction, and this induced EMF lasts so long till there is a change in magnetic flux. Now let us first understand about the construction. Here these are two strong pole pieces. A, B, C, D is a rectangular coil which is also known as armature coil. It is having a number of turns. Here these R1 and R2 are the slip rings, and this B1 and B2 are the carbon brushes which are used to make the contact with this wire. Now these R1 and R2 are known as slip rings because they can move freely, they can rotate at this point. Okay, so so that there is no discontinuity to the connection of the current also. Now if we study about the theory or working, so basically in this case, in case of AC generator, how electromagnetic induction works. So when we rotate the coil, in that case the magnetic flux linked with the coil changes. Since magnetic flux linked with the coil changes, so an EMF is induced and hence current is induced. Now let us understand the phenomena. Now let us consider that this coil is like in a vertical plane like this. Okay, so in this case the coil is like this. So in this case the direction of magnetic field lines are from N to S, and in this position of the coil, the flux is maximum. When this coil rotates, the angle between the plane of the coil and the magnetic field line changes, and hence the flux changes by the formula phi is equal to BA cos theta. So in that case, when the coil is like this, in this case the flux is 0, and then again it coil rotates. So basically let us consider firstly the coil is in this position such that AB is this part and CD is at the back. Now when the coil rotates, the flux changes and magnetic field is being produced. Now let us understand what should be the direction of current when the coil rotates. Okay, now for this case we can use the Fleming's right hand rule to find the direction of induced current. In this case the direction of magnetic field is in this direction. The current is moving in upward direction. Coil is rotating anti-clockwise. Okay, so Fleming's right hand rule says that if we stretch the fingers of our right hand, in that case, if this is the magnetic field, this is the force applied, then third finger gives you the direction of current. Now let us understand how when we rotate this coil and AB goes upward and CD goes downward, and how does the direction of current is upward. For this we will rotate our notebook. So see, in this the coil is like, and N and S direction is this. So if we stretch the fingers of our right hand, So in this case, when we stretch the fingers of our right hand like this, okay, so this finger represent the magnetic field, this finger represent, middle finger represent the current direction, and this thumb represent the direction of force. So we will point like this. Okay, now N and S is from this to this axis. So we will keep this middle finger like this, thumb point direction of force, and this middle finger points toward the direction of current upward. So clearly it is clear that when we stretch the fingers of our right hand, in that case the force acting will tend to rotate this coil anti-clockwise, and this AB part comes upward, and force means in that case the force is acting downward. North and south magnetic field is in this direction, so current will move according to our direction of middle finger, that is upward. So this is the direction of current induced, and when this current goes to this axis AB, now AB is just like at the upward position and CD is downward, so current will flow from A to B, and in this part it will go from C to D, and it will go to the circuit like this in this direction. Now when the direction is reversed, means when CD comes up and AB comes down, okay, so when this is, suppose this is now CD is in this direction, and A, B, C, D. Now if current in CD is in upward direction, it will be in downward direction in BC. Okay, so in case of BC, you can see here in case of BC, now the current direction will be reversed, means now the current is like this, and in that case that in CD it is upward. So if we have a diagram, so now you can see the diagram. Now when AB is at the back and CD is at the front, in this case the direction of current in CD is from D to C, and in AB it is from B to A, and you can see that now this current AB from B to A is going to the slip ring R1, and through this it is going to brushes B1 and flowing the circuit in this direction. Similarly, in that case you can see that then it will flow in the circuit in reverse order. Earlier in the previous case the direction of current was in this direction, and now means it is changing the direction of current in every half cycle. So it means that mechanical energy which is being used on rotating this armature coil is converting that mechanical energy into current. Let us now calculate the magnetic flux linked with the coil, which is given by phi is equal to B dot A. Now if that coil is having n number of turns, then that case it will be n B dot A, or that can be written as n B A cos theta, or is equal to n B A cos omega t. Now EMF induced is given by minus T phi by dt. So now if we differentiate it, it will be NBA sine of omega t into omega. So in that case we will be having the expression which is equal to this is minus sign. Differentiation of cos is minus sign. So and minus was already there, so this comes out to be NBA omega sine omega t. Now this EMF induced will be maximum when sine omega t is 1. So in that case that factor will be E naught. So E is equal to E naught sine of omega t. Similarly we can get the value of R. R will be calculated as I. Current I can be calculated as E by R, which is equal to E naught by R sine of omega t, or I is equal to I naught sine of omega t. So basically current and EMF both can be represented in terms of the phase angle omega t, and both are represented by a sine wave.